Welcome to the Dream Lab podcast, people.
Hootie hoo.
Hootie hoo is right. It's your Captain Dre Perry. I am here with the co-pilot.
Big guy. Big guy. Big guy. Big guy.
Hey, if you are following him on social media, you know this nigga is a bodybuilder now.
Yes, I've been off for a week, but I'm gonna tell y'all why in just a second.
Well, y'all know that the other co-pilot, Chrissy, I was about to say Coach Chrissy. That's crazy.
Makeup artist Chrissy.
Makeup artist Chrissy is not here today, but y'all know, she on her grind. We already talked about that.
She work hard for the money. She work hard for it, honey. She work hard for the money, for the better treat you right.
What?
Right.
That's 1970s MJ.
They're either him, or Shaka Khan. Can't talk today. Damn.
Shaka Khan is that deal. Anyway, before we even get into a tangent, welcome back. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in. We're glad that you're watching one more time. The Dream Lab podcast. We're excited to see y'all. We appreciate y'all comments, y'all sharing. We appreciate our 1 million subscribers. Y'all know how y'all do. We appreciate you so much. I really be trying to be serious, but just they be doing stuff in the corner of my eye. Anyway, let's get this episode started off.
Baby!
You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me start. Kev got some stuff to get off his chest.
Woo!
Yeah, because I feel like we haven't talked either, so this is perfect. Anyway,
yes.
I'm doing well.
Perfect.
Life is good.
Your song is well.
Yes,
Definitely
the song is going well. I
it.
told you I was going to update y'all, so the song is doing very well. People have been receiving it well.
Perfect.
People just love it, and I appreciate that so much.
It feels good being 100% authentically
yourself.
Not that you never weren't.
No,
but I'm sure it feels good
bro,
to be
it's
received.
totally like when you can just do exactly how you want to do it and don't think twice about anything. And it's, again, like I said before, like I'm not so concerned about what everybody's gonna say. I'm just thankful that I'm doing what I said I was gonna do, and that's the most important thing to me. So, I'm actually back in the studio next week. Got some more music that I'm working on. It's gonna be a great year. Like I'm really going for it. I'm believing in myself 150,000%.
You already took the first jump, so I already know like that.
Yeah, I'm out here
that
now.
Creativeness and that the jitters are probably gone, and you're like, okay, when the next one?
Listen. I'm gonna try not to like jump too much. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
I
like,
say jump.
Y'all, and what I mean is still promote what I've already done.
Absolutely.
Like, you know how some people put something out and then they just, a month later you don't hear nothing else about it.
Yes, I literally just got on one of my students about that this week about artistry in general. Like the dude is amazing, but I understood that content wasn't his strong suit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got this great music video and all of this great stuff. What the heck are you doing? But luckily he was very, very, very receptive of it. So I say, keep going. Like, put out as much music as you want this year. You never know.
I definitely am.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I think it'll be liberating for you. And the story continues. Like, I think when we get there was the greatest prerequisite for what's getting ready to come out of your life creatively. I think that it was a reminder to take a pause and enjoy the moment, but I think it's a great foundation to the musical journey that you're going to take us on.
Okay, I definitely agree with that, because I actually said something very similar. Like, I feel like it's a great transition record.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Still
inspirational.
Still inspirational. Still got a message.
Vibey. Yeah.
And one thing about me, that's what I like to keep that, in my songs. Like, I want people to take something away from it. I know, at least for me, those are the songs that really impacted me, as songs that had a great message. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's my main thing is keeping a message. And I mean, some songs may not be as serious or may not be as heavy, but
your method, I think, is going to be what's going to continuously win over your audience because you think differently. Like, nigga, I would have never thought to write a song and say, take your foot off the gas.
What's crazy is,
I know you're excited.
Me either. Like, remember when I told y'all, like, me working on music, especially doing gospel music, I felt very much so in a box, and my mind never worked like that. Like I was always outside of the box.
I'm about to say, because what box were you in even in gospel? Like your music never sounded like you were from Detroit.
Because I was pushing it, but it was. But I mean, as far as like lyric content, like what I could sing, in gospel music, you can't. There's only certain topics you can sing about within gospel music. Like you can't say you're a gospel artist, but then you decide to touch on a topic that isn't necessarily the standard in gospel music. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go a different route. I'm not saying it's impossible, but
no, I get what you're saying.
When a gospel artist decides to do an R&B type of track, it's kind of like, you know
Marvin
what I'm saying?
Marvin Sapp
it's
did it
looked
before.
at weird, and that's not so much that I care about what people are looking at. It's just that I don't even want to deal with that. I don't want to box myself in. So if I want to write a song about God, I can, but at the same time, I want to open myself up to write about whatever flows. And so I was always like kind of, like I said before, judging my work harshly and not allowing myself to just create what comes out versus, you know what I'm saying?
Naturally.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Versus, I do something, I'm like, well, that ain't going, that ain't going to work.
Let me dress this up.
Exactly. Let me change this a little bit more.
You must shop at Neiman Marcus because you dressed us very well.
I appreciate it. But just for me, I knew that there was so much more, right? So I was like, I gotta push the envelope, and so that was the whole point with that. And so as I was just playing around writing and giving myself the freedom, that's what came out. To take your fun off. I'm like,
well, it's
what is this?
It's definitely. I mean, I guess because I understand your process and where you've been and how hard you've been working on just this first single.
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, I'm proud, bro. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about.
I appreciate it.
You really said, this is what I'm going to do. You said, I'm going to do this content. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to do it myself. And it's done.
Literally,
it's
bro.
It's done and it's tangible and the people have it.
And I've learned, and I'm still learning that, it starts up here, and if it could be up here, you can have it out here.
Oh yeah,
you
did that.
It's a lot of times we feel like we have to go other routes, and that's what causes a lot of people just so much delay. Is feeling they got to do it a certain way or it's got to sound a certain way, and so they have this internal conflict. But
because I was delaying a long time,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, we got too much stuff, too many songs, like
a Delta flight.
Like because we were talking about Duran Bernard like 2 episodes ago, and we were talking about how he, been putting out music. I've been following him since 2012. He won his first Grammy this year.
But that nigga's been consistent.
But he's been consistent. So the thing,
wasn't he nominated last year too? I thought he won a Grammy last year.
Not for his own project. I think it was for something he was working on.
Oh.
Because he talked about that. I feel like on social media he had kind of talked about that whole process.
I love Duran Bernard so bad.
He's super dope. So yeah, that's what's going on. If you haven't heard the single, when we get there, you can get it on all digital outlets. I'm still creating content for it to push it. I'm also, like I said, working on new music. It's just gonna be a lot. Some other announcements that are coming, but we can't say too much right now, but it's coming.
Just stay tuned. Every episode, you never know what's gonna be happening.
You never know
what's gonna be dropping. You just gotta stay locked in.
You just gotta stay locked in, my nigga.
Lock in.
All right.
Lock in.
So we're being locked in. Kev, how are you?
I moved to the east side. I done moved to the damn east side of Detroit, dog. So
how was that?
It's better now. I will say that I was very uncomfortable because I have been a suburbanite.
A suburbanite?
I've been a
crazy.
suburbanite since the age of 15. I think 15 because I had just turned 16. I had just turned 16.
Damn, so that's when you moved to the suburbs when you turned 16?
Yep.
I think I moved to the suburbs when I was in 6th grade. So how old is that? 12?
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, so
He said it should be. Unless you got held back, nigga.
yeah. 15 years old, all the way until I was 33, I've lived in the suburbs. So I had adapted to the culture of it.
Yeah.
Never really ran into a lot of people being racist, but there was a certain type of safety that I felt
Yeah.
From being on 21 Mile, we stayed on 22 Mile when we first got there. My parents wanted a bigger house with a pool. We moved to 21 Mile, and then Donovan moved out first, and I ended up going to live with him on 23 Mile. So going from living in that Macomb, Chesterfield
and that's far,
area.
nigga, I live in the suburbs, and that is like 20 minutes from me.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like, that's suburban.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how I said I was a suburbanite. So to go from that to city life, again, my neighborhood is not unsafe. I'm not gonna tell y'all where I live. Just know I live on the east side. I don't feel unsafe. It was just
it's
different territory.
Yeah, that's I'm about to say.
And it was something new, and I'm just like, okay. Is my car good outside? Somebody gonna try to break in? And again, I'm saying this is I don't feel like it's a bad neighborhood. These are just the things that have run through my mind coming from Macomb Township to being a Detroit resident.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to move back to the city. I prefer to move downtown, which is coming soon. Coming very soon. But it's been a huge adjustment. I'm super excited about it. I'm not far from work. Well, honestly, I'm lying because I swear my job is still like a solid 30 minutes from my house from the east side going to the west side. Yep, because I have to take 94 down to the lodge to either 8 Mile or 9 Mile.
I thought it would have been. So if it took you 30 minutes from where you are now, how long did it take you from your last place?
Honestly, probably about, it may have been 40, but I just never really.
I thought you were about to say, honestly, bro, I don't even want to talk about it.
No, 40. It probably was 45 minutes because if I would leave out the house, let's just say my first lesson was at 12. If I left out the house at 11, I would get there about 11:45, 11:50.
Just enough time to set up.
Yeah. So probably about 40, 45 minutes, but I don't mind it because the traffic is not heavy at 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock.
Traffic or not, nigga, I hate driving. Like, I don't like I know that I have to be rich because I will either Uber a lot or have a driver. And some of y'all may be like, oh, that's lazy.
No,
you can shut up.
This is my
that's
preference.
What you can do.
Cause driving far a long time, I've been driving like this when I got my license.
Yeah, about to say y'all moved out to 23 Mile. I'm sure you was always going to the city.
Yeah, bro. Because all of my friends was in the city. The only people that didn't live in the city, only person that did not live in the city that we are still best friends to this day was Treasure. And Treasure stayed on 25 Mile when I was on 22 Mile. So Treasure technically was still a good solid 15 minutes from my house.
Yikes.
And we were living in the middle of Har Road. So that's a whole nother thing.
Mighty God. Yeah.
So, I mean, I like it. I do love it. I'm enjoying being in the city. I'm adjusting to a lot of different things. The squirrels are ghetto.
They black.
They're very niggerish.
And I don't even mean like that. I mean like, no.
They are black.
They're black
Colored
squirrels.
black.
For some reason, I only see black squirrels on the east side.
Yeah. It's a pack of them. Whole community. Family. Yeah.
I think the government got something to do with that. But anyway.
Like they got something to do with this fog too, because you're not going to tell me that the snow created this.
I've been seeing so many people talk about that. I'm like, I mean, we have fog though. Like when the weather,
I ain't never seen it
when
this
the weather goes
though.
from cold to warm to cold to warm, like we get a lot of that.
But like this, Dre, been for 2 days.
Maybe
now.
not. Maybe the government is poisoning the air and we all about to die. Who knows?
Alien foot gonna drop down in the middle of 8 Mile.
Listen,
Watch what I tell you.
The aliens don't want nothing to do with us.
They probably
at
down
all.
here like we're going
they
back
like,
to Mars.
nigga, exactly. Jupiter, here we come.
Juju.
But anyway, so with that move, like, has it affected your anything, like mood, your creativity? Do you feel more inspired? Like, because I know when we moved here, and obviously it's a different type of move, but when we moved here, like the newness of it all gave me that, that creative spark, that inspiration to kind of create something or do something. I know, especially with creatives, when we're in new environments, even if you don't necessarily want to be in that new environment, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it'll pull something out of you.
I don't know, because this week will make it a full week. I don't know if it has struck something in me creatively. I will say that I've been more on my content game since I took that course with the guy from Germany, and he opened up my eyes to like
speaking German.
Yeah, I took a 2-hour class with him.
I don't know if that's. I don't think that's German.
That was spit. But I took a 2-hour. We did a 2-hour meeting where he assessed my social media, gave me a lot of different pointers. But I haven't gotten a creative spark from moving, but it has pushed me to want to be more disciplined. So there's a lot of different things that I'm looking at now, like factoring in how far is the gym. What time do I want to be out of bed every day? Like, I've been getting up a little earlier now since I moved into the new house. And as soon as I get up, I'm getting in the shower, getting dressed, and I'm going to work a little earlier so that I can work on different things. Because, we've been doing a master class.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to figure out how am I going to adjust? Like, where's the nearest grocery market? Where's the nearest Planet Fitness so I can go to the gym? Do I prefer going in the morning now, or do I need to go at night at the end of the day? Do I want to go before I go home? Like, so it's a lot of different things that I have to adjust to. But I will say I do love my room.
Okay. That matters.
Yeah, I love my space. The only thing is I just told myself I'm not unpacking completely because I know that I want to move.
So you know that this isn't like,
it's just temporary. Yeah.
It's a temporary
So
move.
for context, guys, I moved with my brother. So my brother and I stayed in an apartment together on 23 Mile, and now we stay together again at the house on the east side. And my brother's expecting a child. So as an adult and as a big brother, I want to give my brother that space to one, embrace and enjoy his brand new baby boy, plus the relationship and bonds that he has to continuously build with his son's mother and all of that stuff. And me, I don't want to hear no crying babies. I'ma love my nephew to the ground.
Let me tell you,
I don't want to hear a baby crying.
if it's not your baby, like if the baby doesn't belong to me, get the crying baby away.
Well, but the thing is, I don't mind crying babies. It's just
I do.
I am ready for my own space. And ultimately, I'm not unpacking for the very reason that I won't get too comfortable and that I'll remember the goal is for you to get out.
Exactly.
The
Some
goal
of
is
us
for you
will
to go.
definitely get comfortable, will completely unpack. That could be in a literal sense or metaphorically.
Nope.
Literally unpacking, you rest in that.
Yep.
And if you get lazy, you decide, you're like, oh, well, maybe this ain't as bad, so then you don't work as hard to get on out of there.
And trust me, my mind has thought that a couple times, like, oh, it probably won't be that bad, but nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Because I am ready for my own space, and I know creatively that will probably spark something different because I'll be in my own space and I can do what I want. Like, I can, but I can't just up and set up my lights and stuff and just go for it. Like, I gotta be considerate of them
and their time, and like if I'm creating content, like, is it gonna be loud? Like, all of that stuff matters. Yeah.
And me and my brother have lived together for the last, I think we were in that apartment for 2 years, I believe. He was there before me, so I think 2 years. But me and my brother get along very well. I always tell my parents, I don't know what has transpired for us to be like this. Like, we work so well together. We used to fight so much as kids.
I think that's how boys are when they're younger, but when we get older, like guys, like we gel so much better. Like, you hear more drama in, it just is what it is. If two women live together, especially sisters or something like that, like, it would be a bunch of back and forth. Not always, y'all know what I'm saying, but just in general, in comparison between two women living together and two men together, like, because we there to do what we need to do, and like you said, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just doing what I need to do because I have a plan. Yeah.
And it made me actually, even before we moved, like, I was like looking for apartments immediately, like, okay, where would I want to stay? What's the price point here? How much is the studio apartment downtown? How much is this over here? Because I also have to consider, okay, your insurance is going to go up because you live in Detroit. So there are other things that I have to factor in. But with me wanting to get ready for that next chapter and move, like I said, I have been more so focused on getting a good routine and becoming even more disciplined, because that's a different type of bill that I'm going to have to take on versus me and him splitting the rent.
Yeah, no, exactly. You got to consider that.
Yep. And you got to consider utilities. I also got to consider like internet, like different things that I need, groceries, all of that stuff. But
these are the spots. This is where a lot of creatives get stuck, and they don't continue to pursue their dream because life hit different now.
Yeah.
Like you said, you was living with your parents, and then you and your brother like moved together in an apartment. Now you and your brother are in a house, and now you have plans very soon to have your own, regardless if it's an apartment, a studio apartment, a house, whatever. there's still now more responsibility on you. And a lot of people like, I have to work a little bit more, or I have to, all of that stuff.
But I know money gonna come to me. So
Absolutely.
Money is never like the issue now.
Yeah.
It's just making sure that I manage well what's put into my hands. And I think now that I have a different type of system in my mind, like take this a percentage of this out, put that to the side for your bills, and then take something out to put into your savings and live off the rest.
Yeah.
Because in hindsight, I get paid every week. Plus, I may get a car to go do a gig that may pay me a nice little grip.
Right. Huh?
Pay me a nice little grip. So, those are just things that I am considering. But I am in a good space, though. I like I said, I do like the home. I just know that it's not my home, and I am ready to have my own. Ready to have my own. But I did consider going back to my parents' house, though, until I get this album out. But I just believe that everything's going to work itself out.
So does ego get in the way of that? Because, like, we in our 30s. So for some, like, once they get out their parents' house, it's like, I ain't going back, or they feel less than because they have to go back, or kind of go back to square one, or whatever square was prior to where they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, some people feel like they're going backwards.
I don't think when I considered it didn't give me like a going backwards feel. But I had to stop and get my emotions under control because I was just worried, like, what are we gonna do with a house? Like, is this too much? Like, are we moving too quickly? Like, it was those thoughts in my mind. Like, it's a lot, and because I've talked in detail with you, I was like, "Ooh, this is happening really fast." Like, da 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 da. Super grateful that everything just fell into place, but it just felt like the opportunity for us to move came so quickly where I didn't even really have a chance to really sit with it. I just knew that him and his girlfriend had already been talking about moving before the baby got here. So it was when the opportunity presented itself, I had not had my ducks in a row of what I wanted to do next. So now moving into the house with them.
You know better now. It's just like, oh, no, I know what.
And shout out to my brother and her because, definitely shout out to my brother because my brother is not making me feel uncomfortable or not using that whole it's my house type of thing. And again, we've only been there for a week, but my brother is including me on decisions like, how you feel about this? You want this? You want to try this? So it's not one of those things where I feel misplaced or I feel like I got to hurry up. Like my brother he's very intentional with his words, and my brother's just very kind in the situation, but I'm also having open communication with him to say, hey, Donnie, by this time, I do plan on being moved out.
Yeah.
So, and again, like I said, as men, we talked about finances. He's like, well, bro, I know I got to do this, this, and this, and I'll be able to take care of that, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, cool. Like, at least I know you'll be good, because that's also the guilt that I dealt with. I didn't deal with the guilt in my mind or my ego being struck like, I don't want to go back to my mama house, because low-key, I would have went back to my mama house, my mom and dad's house, so that I could have got some other things done quickly. But in my mind, I'm like, well, if you just up and say, well, I'm going with mama, then you're going to leave your brother hanging. That was the only thing that kind of just made me feel guilty.
So that you felt guilty then?
Yeah, only because I'm like, yes, this is happening quickly, but I'm like, is he going to be good? Like, is he going to be good to do this? Like, are they going to be good? Are they going to be straight? So, and then too, my mama house, I can have company, but I can't have the company that I want in my own space. So that was the other
and
thing
listen,
too.
and that's another thing. Yeah,
like I said,
once you get in your 30s and like you in a relationship and things is different now, and just like you can't, like you can't live the same way. And not saying that you're doing nothing crazy, but you know what I'm saying. Like even if
you
it's
can't come in when you want to,
you can't walk around the house naked.
I wasn't doing that anyway, but
I do.
Well, you married, bro, and you got your own
even if
space.
I wasn't.
That's powerful.
I'm not even saying like butt naked all the time. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I wasn't sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like being super comfortable. Just and sometimes your level of comfort may not be somebody else's, and you have to consider that, like you said. So it's so much to consider when living with other people. But then I was gonna kind of bring up the thought, because like you said, I'm married, I have a family, so I have to move different because it's not just me, right? Now I have thought about it, like if I was single, if I didn't have a family, I'm would I just like buckle all the way down? You know, would I move back in with my mom and do all of, especially now that I know the direction I want to go in? Would I just have my head down and just do what I need to do, grind it out for the next year or whatever, 18 months, figure it out, come up with a plan, figure it out, and really just work it until I'm able to make my next move? Like, would I put my ego to the side? Because
absolutely,
when you in those type of situations where you don't have all these other people, dependent on you, it's easier for you to make those moves. So now it's just about your ego. Like, can you stay with your mom for a year?
I could have. I mean, because my parents are not. My parents are not those type of parents that would have given me like a hard time about me moving home. I wouldn't have mind paying rent. I wouldn't have mind helping out, whatever they need me to do. It's just I don't want to say that's not what I want to do. It's just for the sake of my relationship, that wasn't gonna work. Like,
and
us not
fair.
For me, us not being able to spend a night, see each other freely. Like, my parents are getting used to my relationship. They may not approve, but my parents are getting used to my relationship and embracing my relationship. Like, I'm never going to force feed them anything. I have to wait until they're at that level of comfortability. And my parents have told me a lot of times, like, no, we ain't got no issues. It's just, what we stand for.
Right.
Totally get it. But I know that's a non-negotiable. Like, you're not coming over here to spend the night at my parents' house. You could probably come over, chill, and hang out. But, nigga, I'm 33 years old. I'm not doing no motherfucking conjugal visits.
And you gotta go.
I'm not doing conjugal visits.
Listen, I definitely get that.
But that's, again, aside from that, that's still a sacrifice that we both talked about. If I would have went back home, what we would have done in that instance. It wouldn't have been nothing for us to split an Airbnb, get a room maybe every other week or once or twice a month, whatever. At the end of the day, my ego was not in the way. I just, between the guilt of leaving my brother hanging, that was probably the one thing. And then, too, I just like having my own space. I do. Love it. My brother don't get on my nerves about certain things. My brother is my best friend. My brother knows everything. We on one accord. My brother shows me respect. I show him respect. I don't get in his business. He don't get in mine. We may talk to each other about some personal things just to kick it, but I just have a really good relationship with my brother. Like, the more I'm sitting here talking about it, like, I don't have any, like, I don't have any issues with Donovan.
And
like, of course,
good.
we may have had some things where I'd be like, nigga, that was dumb, or why you ain't telling me this, and this, but
especially for y'all to do this move that you just did and you're with him again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of, you got to have a good relationship for sure, just with anybody, because living with people exposes how they live. Like, you could be tight, like you and I are very close, but I don't know what it's like to live with you. And if
hilarious,
I'm sure will be hilarious.
Good food,
but at the same time, it's just like what we
hella plugins, just a euphoria. I think if we ever was roommates, bro, that would be some funny ass.
So
shit.
I think where we are mentally right now, I think it could work. But at the same time, like, I'm very particular. You know what I'm saying? And so,
what about like what?
But I think we particular about similar things, because like we both, I've heard you say like your house gonna be clean. I don't play about that, and I don't play about that either. Like,
I can't do it.
I'm not saying that it's always spick and span
when
you come over, but
it's gonna be presentable. Where you can walk in my shit and be like,
even if nobody is, even if we don't have guests, like, you know what I'm saying?
I can't do it. You know what? And somebody told me this, because I wasn't always like that. It really got like that for me in my 20s, because I did a consecration with this church, and this lady was like, you got to go home, you got to clean up your room, you got to clean out your closets and get up under them beds because spirits dwell in dirt. When she said that, I don't play about shit being everywhere.
And how your house is, like, it's a major reflection of you.
Now my car.
He said, "What you don't see in my house, my vehicle is another."
Right.
Yeah, my vehicle could be cleaned out a little bit more.
But we move. It's not an excuse, guys. But I do move a lot, and I almost feel like I live out of my car. Like, I spend more time in my car
because you on the go. Yeah.
Yes, than I do at home. Yeah. So I do got to get better. And I keep telling myself I want to get my car detailed because the weather is changing.
Yeah.
And I don't my carpet so salty. Like, yeah, I gotta get my car clean.
I feel the same way. Yeah, we definitely got to get that car clean. But I would just in general, just our spaces are a representation of us. And then when your space, like I have to straighten up down here. I have to clean up because you stop being as, and I'm gonna say it again because we're creatives. You just stop being as creative as you normally would because it's just dirty. It's a mess. It's dirty. You know what I'm saying? And that affects your psyche for sure. So, that's we just wanted to catch up on Kev and see what was going on there. But before we go, I do want to talk briefly about this national anthem that everyone has been talking about. I saw a little bit of it. I didn't even watch the whole thing. So you surprised me with what you
hated it.
You because I know you're a Brandy fan.
Disliked it.
Why?
It was too much. Mm-hmm. I do understand. So I'll say this. Creatively, I thought it was dope. Mm-hmm. I thought it was dope. Because it's in good Brandy fashion. Like, she gave a great arrangement.
Yeah.
Great BGVs, like the whole thing. I would have loved it if it was done, like if there was something for the pandemic.
If it was live.
If there was something for the pandemic.
Oh, that was a pandemic. Yeah,
it gave like a pandemic thing. Like, she in her backyard, good lighting, and just going off. But
so
going to the concert and seeing her lip sing, I'm tired of your ass lip singing. And and I was kind of going back and forth on expressing my opinion about this matter because I do hope to work with her one day. But I'm still going to tell you that was probably my least favorite performance because I get, even on tour, guys, some people, they do lip sync because you're doing over 24 to 40 something shows.
For your tour, yeah, that's a lot. That could be a lot on your voice. Absolutely.
But I just seen all of this being done in the arena. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, why you didn't just flat foot sing?
So from my understanding, like the last few times I've seen big games like the Super Bowl, because Charlie
Puth.
Yeah, he
didn't even know he did it.
I like him, but
I love Charlie Puth.
But I think he lip synced as well.
Okay.
I think for big games like that, like they lean towards, no, we're gonna lip sync this thing because this is the first performance of the game.
But y'all just started lip syncing. Y'all just started lip singing. Destiny Child did it at the NBA thing. They smashed that shit through the floor. That was probably one of the best arrangements I've seen a group do. Mm-hmm. Brandy has sung it before live in a stadium. I've seen Fantasia do it live in a stadium.
And then the background singers weren't, maybe they were singing, but there was definitely a track there.
It was lightly underneath it.
It was heavy track and then light them.
You could have easily let them come in and help pad some of it so that it didn't just sound like that. And then it was just so airy.
Because in my opinion, then why didn't we just have the track play and she just was up there by herself? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they weren't going to sing again, I don't know. I don't know what goes into all of that. I wasn't thrilled about it, but I mean, it didn't really make me never mind.
It was horrible. I mean, sorry. If she would, like, I know Chris Parker had wrote on my status, like, it sounded like something from SoundCloud. Wholeheartedly, I'm gonna have to agree with you. It did.
Maybe they asked her last minute, like, but then that was a whole lot of arranging for last minute. So
that's
maybe
what I'm
not.
saying. But again, that's her prerogative. So I don't want to discredit her creativity. It's just from a fan's perspective. Mm-hmm. I love Brandy's music. I love everything that Brandy does. Mm-hmm. I just feel like the national anthem is that one moment where you stand tall and proud in your gift and you flat foot sing. That's just my opinion. If I never hear the national anthem again with anybody singing live, that's totally fine. But I just felt like that arrangement was a lot for that moment.
So if she would have lip synced, just a normal arrangement would have been fine?
I wouldn't have cared.
Okay.
It just felt like it was a lot. And then all it is,
it was more
the snapping the fingers and she doing all of this movement and stuff. I'm like, girl,
she was performing.
It's the damn Star Spangled Banner. You singing that shit like you singing Full Moon.
No, I get it. But I mean, at the same time, that was it's her style.
Yes.
So it wasn't like, like we weren't, like this was something completely brand new from Brandy as it relates to a recording now, like you said, the Star Spangled Banner, like, but I mean, to each his own.
Yeah, much respect to her. Brandy, I am still a huge fan. I love you. Again, that was just my personal opinion. I felt like that arrangement was not befitting for that because of your level of talent and excellence that I've seen you perform at. And two, Brandy was singing it live, getting her makeup done. So that really irritated me too, because I'm like, nigga, you could have got up there and flat foot 8. Even if she would have sang her lead live and let the background play.
Right. Okay.
I would have loved that.
Yeah. So I wonder if the actual like the game or the association puts that request in that these artists do.
I guarantee they didn't.
You don't think so?
I'm telling you, I know Brandy did that shit on purpose.
Maybe so.
It just gave me the tour vibes. Like the tour she did.
You went to the show.
Hell yeah, I went. You know I went. And she lip sang the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, it just gave the aesthetic.
But she was also dancing and all that shit too. Like that didn't.
Yeah, but then you need to practice both. Or you should at least sung your ballads. I don't know if she sung any of her songs live. Whatever.
Yikes.
Love you, B. I mean, Beyonce don't sing everything either, but Beyonce do sing a lot of her show. Like you hear her voice.
Yeah, you can tell like certain things go in and out. Like, you know, it makes sense because it's a show at the end of the day. So when people pay money, if you go to a show and the singer don't sound the best, or maybe have the pre-recorded tracks for those shows when you don't feel the best, so your voice don't feel as strong.
But just pick a couple songs to sing live. I don't feel like any of the songs she did, she sung live. I don't feel like anything in the show she sung live.
What about Monica?
I do feel like Monica did sing some of her stuff live, and I know that they had the Melodon and auto-tune on it. But I'm not mad about that because I get it.
Yeah.
And she sounded good, but to me, I could tell when Monica was singing live and when she wasn't.
It's so interesting, and we're gonna wrap this episode up because I was thinking about, like, I was watching the old Michael Jackson performance, and when it comes to concerts, he kind of like was the entry point of how concerts are done, like now, like with it being a big show and pyrotechnics and a full band and dancers and choreography and costume changes. A lot of that wasn't really a thing. Our artists would just go on stage, they would just go up there, they would sing the song.
Right.
And back in the day, there wasn't as much pressure for our artists to sound like the record live because they understood it was live. But I think as these shows progressed, as the production got bigger and the things that you were able to do live, people have now got accustomed to live performances being like A1. And so it's almost like people don't have room for error, and because the moment that they make a slight mistake, then it's going viral. You know, they were flat here. This note was bad.
My question is, did you rehearse?
But I mean,
That's
people
half the
have
problem.
off days though.
Yeah, they do have off days, but
you could practice. But if the track, because old boy that performed at the Grammys, who be going viral on TikTok, I can't think of his name, something Warren, I think, or Warren something, white guy, but his in-ears it was like a delay on his playback. So it was hard for him to hear. Like, it may not have anything to do with your voice, but it could be the technology.
But I could take that. I'm talking about voices.
I get what you're saying, but some people are gonna be like, what was that? He sounded terrible. You see what I'm saying? And that could ruin somebody's whole thing. But everybody don't understand it though.
But sometimes I haven't. There's been moments in certain people's careers where they had a bad thing and it's been publicly, like, they went to media and said it was like that today because of this, and this. That I get. But not singing that, like, I get if you sick. Like, those things I get. We never got that fucking moment throughout the whole thing. Like, nothing.
And that was her real first tour, right? Or did she tour?
Yeah, but the first time I fucking seen Brandy is when she opened up for Neo at Hart Plaza and she lip sung.
Oh, she's always been lip syncing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So for me, it's an irritation where my favorite singer is not singing live. This is the second time I've spent money on your concert and you have not fucking sung live.
Is that a thing though, where they can still be your favorite singer, but when it comes, they just not a good live performer? Does that affect how you view them now as your favorite singer?
No, I love your studio records. I will never pay to see you in concert again.
So now you understand.
Ooh,
like
that's
when it comes,
cringy saying that shit. But you're my favorite singer, but I probably will never pay to hear.
And I think more people need to be honest about their favorite singers. Like it's okay. Like, they're not perfect. Everybody has their days. Everybody's not gonna be what people put people on a pedestal. And I think that's what a lot of people have done with Brandy, because we didn't see her. We have not seen a whole lot of live performances and tours from Brandy. But people have always talked about her being the vocal Bible and always talked about all of these things.
In the studio. I'm going to give you that. You're the vocal Bible in the studio. Live, it's a pop quiz. You just either
It's
pass
a
or fail.
pop quiz.
No, being honest, because when you're saying that, I have categories now. My favorite studio singer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my mama here. My favorite studio singer, Brandy Norwood. My favorite live R&B singer, I'm going to give it to Jasmine Sullivan. Because when I went to hear her in concert, I love that she dropped the keys to her song. But
drop
she also
a key
delivered.
if you need to.
But that's what I'm saying. I understand like making those type of moves. And Jasmine didn't do every run. She didn't sing high, but Jasmine gave me performance and she sung live.
Yeah.
Brandy is my favorite studio singer. Jasmine Sullivan, female-wise, Jasmine Sullivan is my favorite live singer. My favorite live male singer, I'm going to give it to Joe.
Yeah, people have always spoke well of him. I've never seen him live, but
Joe would be one of my favorites.
they say you look like that nigga too.
Yeah, they always say that. Joe is one of my favorites.
I don't completely see it, but hey.
A little bit. I got a picture where I was like, whoa.
Oh.
You look like you could have been my uncle. But that's pretty much.
Uncle Joe.
I mean, I got a couple people that I like to hear sing in the studio, but I can't classify and say she's the vocal Bible concerning studio work. Singing live.
That's fair.
Like,
that's fair. Because the debates was crazy on social media, so I just wanted to
everybody, I don't be one, because they be going back and forth. Child, y'all ain't got no records. I mean, that don't really mean anything, but I'm not going back and forth with somebody who ain't got even a repertoire.
That's fair, because a lot of times people speak on things and it's just like, sometimes you just speaking on it because you want to be an asshole. Like,
yeah.
Like, because you just are one. You know what I'm saying? Not because you want to be. But
and everybody's preference is different. So let me I don't want to clean it up, but let me just say that. Everybody's preference of what they consider to be the vocal Bible or those things are different. I totally get it. But from a vocal coach and a professional singer's perspective, there's nothing like hearing somebody sing live.
Yeah.
And what if I can't do it in the spot? And that's a new rule for me. If I can't do it live, I'm not doing it in the studio.
That's literally my rule.
Because come by here was some bullshit. That was too much.
Because you was up there.
I ain't did none of that since.
Did you do that?
It depends. But I'm 33 years old. I ain't got nothing else to prove. Y'all heard it on the record.
You heard it on the record.
Like this new album.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
This my new record. Everything that is being sung on those records, I can duplicate and do more.
Yeah.
But I told myself to sing my ass off, but not to over sing where it's hard for me to deliver it.
Yeah.
Be all right. Be all right is not hard to deliver, but be all right is a fast paced moving.
And then even with some people do a lot of overlapping vocals. Yeah. I don't like overlapping vocals that much either, because you can't do that live. You know what I'm saying? So you have to cut out certain words, so it'd be too much. But anyway.
Way too much.
We're going to wrap this episode up.
Cheer. Y'all pray for me from the east side of heaven.
Yeah, he's on the east side now, so we're just praying for your protection.
In Jesus' name.
For you, your brother, the baby mama, everybody.
The cat got stuck in the wall. That was even worse.
In the wall? What, in the Jumanji?
The dog howls at night. That cat getting stuck in the ceiling was the most funniest shit ever. He found a cubby hole in the linen closet, climbed through the wall, nigga.
That's crazy. So how did y'all get him out?
He just came back down.
I thought you was about to be like, that nigga still in there.
No, he just came back down. They was like, we heard him upstairs chasing squirrels. And at first I was like, okay, well, what the fuck y'all want me to do? I didn't leave the door open for the kids.
You was the fireman now.
Bro. And I was at a gig. And Donnie was like, she crying. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
It's not my cat.
I went to the bathroom, then he came downstairs.
That's crazy. All right, well, with that being said, we're going to wrap this episode up. Thank y'all again for tuning in for another episode of the Dream Lab podcast. Shout out to Chrissy B. She couldn't make it, but she'll be here next episode. We only got like
more.
We got 4 more episodes left of this season. This season been kind of going by fast.
Yeah, and we've been missing a lot. We need the next episode, y'all. We're gonna give Draylon a break and just make him sit there and be quiet, and we're gonna talk.
That's fine. Low key, I'll just hit record and take my ass back upstairs.
Yeah, we're gonna do that next. So in the next episode, Chrissy
you won't see me. I'm not gonna be a part of the next episode.
The next episode is gonna be a Chrissy B and Kevin take over to give Draylon a fucking break. Because he's been here. He hasn't missed an episode.
in 66 episodes. And I'm gonna still find my way sneaking in. Like, so what y'all talking about?
Yes, we're gonna do that. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, me and Christy have missed, and Draylon has not missed one episode.
Hey,
we're doing a takeover.
I knew what it was when I signed up. So this isn't.
And we appreciate it
for sure,
definitely, because our schedules are like, I don't know. It just seemed like this season.
It just is what it is. Sometimes it be like that, but that's the real thing. Like, that's what is real about chasing your dreams. Like, sometimes like schedules just, and then you have to pivot. So it's okay. Like,
and communication is key, y'all, because we talk a lot in our chat.
We do, like
we can and can't do.
Absolutely, that's the main thing. As long as we can communicate, like we can make it work. So, and we appreciate y'all for being understanding and all that stuff and watching and all. Just continue to just tapping in every week. So.
And know that we love y'all. We love y'all so, all million of y'all.
All 100,000 million.
Thank y'all.
And one of y'all.
Love y'all so much.
But with that being said, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We'll see y'all next week. It's Coach Kev. It's Dre. We'll see y'all. Where my music at? That's not it.
Boom, 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 boom. You sound like the theme song to The Office.
Ah, shit.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, anyhow. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
All right, bye.